Hello, welcome back. So now we will take another example to calculate the internal loading. Now this time we have to find out normal force, shear force and bending moment at point C of the beam. And this time we have a cantilever beam which is subjected to a uniformly varying load which is which is having intensity at point B as 0 and at A, the intensity of UVL is 1200 Newton per meter. So here we have to find out the internal loading at point C. So which means we can cut this beam at section at point C. So again, we will be having option either we take left hand side part or right hand side part. So it would be wise if we take the right hand side part because as I said, on what fact we choose the section. We choose the section which will be having least number of forces. So if we take left hand side part, then we will be having four load. One will be the UVL, the second will be, sorry, not four, but actually the seven load. Three reactions will be there and this external load and three internal force at point C. So total number of forces in the left hand segment of this beam will be 7. While in case of right hand segment, we will be having load UVL 1 and 3 internal load at point C. So which means total number of force at point C in the right hand side segment will be 4 only. So therefore, it will be wise if we take right hand side segment. So while taking the right hand side segment, there is no need to calculate reactions. Okay. So this is what I have written. It is not necessary to find the support reaction at A since we have taken segment BC and we will be using segment BC to find out the or to determine the internal loading at point C. So in this segment, there is no need to have uh, the reactions. But as you can see in the segment BC, we have UVL, which is in the form of triangular distributed load. So we can find out. So now here what we have to do is we have to find out intensity of UDL of this UVL at point C at this point. So what will be the value of intensity at point C? Well, this is very easy to find out the value. So if we make a rough diagram like this, so here you can see we need to find out this value. What will be this value? While we already know that this value is 1200 Newton per meter and this value is 0. And also you can see that this triangle, this triangle is similar to this triangle. So therefore we can use a similar triangle property also. Now according to similar triangle property, the ratio of this and this will be equals to the ratio of this and this. So that is the property of similar triangle. So using the similar triangle property, we can find out the value of this uh, intensity at C, which we are representing as WC. And also, as in this case, it is very easy to determine. You can see here, the point C is located at mid-span of the beam. So both the span are half-half. So this value is 1200. So obviously WC will be 600 Newton per meter. But the same can be calculated using the similar triangle property. As I said, that the ratio of this side and this side will be equals to the ratio of WC and 1200. So same I am writing here, 1.5 by 3 will be equals to WC by 1200. So using this, we can calculate the value of WC, and which will be 600 Newton per meter. So now we have calculated the intensity of UVL at point C. Now we will make the free body diagram of segment BC, and free body diagram of segment BC, I will be showing that. So before we make the free body diagram, so as I said that within the BC there is a UVL. Can we convert this UVL into a point load? Then it will become very easy for us to calculate the internal loading. So the same I am doing here. Here, this is the free body diagram, and we have already calculated this intensity. This is the triangle that is forming, and we have converted this triangular load into a point load, which will be having magnitude equal to the area of triangle, which is half multiplied by 600 Newton per meter multiplied by 1.5 meter, and it will be acting at the CG of the triangle, which will be 1.5 by 3, and this 1.5 by 3 will be 0.5 meter. Okay, so here also we have shown the direction, the sense of VC, NC and MC. So we will verify it by calculating the value. If we get negative value, then sense will be opposite. If we get positive value, then our assumption will be correct. So the same way we will be doing here. So now we will use the equation of equilibrium to find out the value of NC, VC and MC. But before that, we will see now the sign convention, because in the previous example, we have calculated the internal forces by taking the left hand side portion of the beam. But here in the second example, we have taken the right hand side portion of the beam. So in the right hand side portion of the beam, what changes will be there in the sign convention? So that I will show you on the sign convention page. So here, in case of bending moment, if I make the section, so in case of positive bending moment, now we are taking the right hand side portion. So in the right hand side portion, the moment which will be anti-clockwise will be taken as positive, and the moment which will be clockwise will be taken as negative, because we are considering now the right hand side portion of the beam. So therefore now the sign convention are reversed. So in the earlier case, clockwise moment was considered as positive, but here clockwise moment will be considered as negative. Similarly, in the shear force case also, as we are considering the right hand side portion, so downward force will be considered as positive and upward force will be considered as negative, which was not the case in the previous example. So now everything is reversed. Why? Because we have taken the right hand side portion of the beam. Had we taken the left hand side portion of the same question that we are now solving, then the same sign convention will be followed as we have done in the previous example. So now we will follow the sign convention accordingly. So here we will use the equations of equilibrium. So first equation is summation of Fx equals to 0. So here in our free body diagram, there is only one force, which is NC, So it will be 0. Similarly, now we will use another equations of equilibrium, which is summation of Fy. So as I said, as we have taken the right hand side portion, so downward force will be considered as positive and upward force will be considered as negative. So here we have done the same. Sorry, in the calculation it is showing the negative, but it is actually positive and it will be negative. So therefore the value is VC as 450 kilonewton, 450 Newton. So it will be actually uh, negative, negative 450. Okay. So sorry, it will be positive. It will be positive. So here upward force will be negative and downward force will be positive. So accordingly, the shear force will be, the value of shear force will be is positive, which means the sense that we have assumed that VC will be upward, it is correct. Similarly, now we will calculate the value of MC by using the third equation of equilibrium. And as we have seen in the sign convention that uh, clockwise moment will be taken as negative and anti-clockwise moment will be taken as positive. So here the equation for MC will be, moment due to VC and NC will be 0 because we are taking moment at point C, and internal force NC and VC both are passing through point C. So therefore their moment will be 0. So only moment which will be there is because of the value of MC and because of this point load which is acting at 0.5 meter from point C. So moment due to this point load will be, it is rotating like this. So it is negative because it is uh, clockwise moment. So clockwise moment here will be negative. And MC also, we have considered MC. Here you can see that the sense of MC is also clockwise. So we will take both of these moment as negative. So that is the equation, minus MC minus uh, magnitude of this force multiplied by the perpendicular distance. So this is the magnitude of the force multiplied by the perpendicular distance. So calculating the value of MC, we get MC as negative 225 kilonewton meter. Well, this negative here means that the MC, it will act in the opposite sense to that shown on the free body diagram. So in the free body diagram, we have assumed that MC will be clockwise, but it is actually anti-clockwise. So that is what we will be writing here. Okay. So that is the solution for internal forces for this question. So we have now calculated the value of NC, VC and MC. So that is what we are required to find out in this case. And that is the solution. So we will continue more discussion on this topic in the next lecture. Thank you.